Peace. Campaign Trail, we're back for the early afternoon, late afternoon edition with my on the spot correspondent, Cheese. Y'all see the title. Trump allegedly threatens to deal with the enemy within our government if reelected. And apparently the ops are shook. This is a clip from CNN and a whole panel that they got together on old boy responding to his claims that he just made. Listen.
Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase Donald Trump has been using to describe some of his fellow Americans.
It's the enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with that hate our country. That's a bigger enemy than China and Russia.
The enemy within. Trump used the phrase again in an interview with Fox News yesterday when he was asked whether he expects chaos on Election Day from outside agitators.
I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within, not even the people that have come in and destroying our country. By the way, totally destroying our country. The towns, the villages, they're being inundated. But I don't think they're the problem in terms of Election Day. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
Uh-oh. So you see that CNN. That's going to also go for TMZ, NBC, ABC, CBS, all the major networks that he calls fake news, fake media, that's owned and controlled by his ops, the deep state ops, big brother. So this is going to be very interesting because he's seen allegedly yesterday or day before yesterday, there was allegedly a third deletion attempt or deletion plot on his life. So, man, he's saying he's going to pull out the stops. This is what he's suggesting. If you look at the heading under here,
Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase.
If you look at the heading right here, it says, dang, how do I get back to that's whack. What happened? There we go. It says Trump suggests using military to handle enemy from within. It says to handle enemy from within, but right here it says Trump suggests using military on U.S. citizens. So they're already spinning it. If you see the beginning of this little soundbite clip, it starts with her saying that Harris says this. Harris is the one that, they use as this is her new talking point.
Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase Donald Trump has been using to describe some of his fellow Americans.
Kamala Harris is warning voters. Look how they phrase this is CNN. I ain't on either side, but I just love calling out the spin. I love calling out the propaganda, especially when I see people is shook.
Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase Donald Trump has been using to describe some of his fellow Americans.
His fellow Americans, the ones that try to destroy him, that try to impeach him, that try to assassinate his character, the ones that try to get him arrested, ones that try to get him deleted. He's supposed to feel like they're fellow Americans when they scared that he looked like he gonna get back in the seat of power. So now they trying to spin it like if he retaliates against them based on how they tried to get at him, then he's the monster again. That's why you got to let these people fight their own fight. Let Satan's cast out Satan's. But no, we got to get our emotional cape and find a former slave master side to pick to cape for. Dun, 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 our dun, dun, duns on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love seeing this and reporting on this. So let's listen to it one more time all the way through.
Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase Donald Trump has been using to describe some of his fellow Americans.
It's the enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with that hate our country. That's a bigger enemy than China and Russia.
The enemy within. Trump used the phrase again in an interview with Fox News yesterday when he was asked whether he expects chaos on Election Day from outside agitators.
I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within, not even the people that have come in and destroying our country. By the way, totally destroying our country. The towns, the villages, they're being inundated. But I don't think they're the problem in terms of Election Day. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military. I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
He said radical left lunatics. So he's not talking about regular citizens. He's clearly talking about people within the government, people that had the power and the influence and the control over media and over laws and judges that tried to take him out. See, he calls them radical lunatics, right? Liberal. So you know who he's talking about. So clearly he looks like he's pulling out his Don Corleone tuxedo and pulling out his ring to be kissed for the people that try to get him off, you know, that tried to off him in every way possible. So now it looks like they getting shook because they seeing that their little mannequin or womankin ain't looking too strong no more. And the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like Obama said, the brothers ain't cooperating. It's not looking good. You know, it's still Vegas. You know, it's anybody's game. You know, it's gonna come down to whatever election fraud that they want to implement. But I just like to highlight this. I like to see them shaking in their boots. I love to see Satan's casting out Satan's. I love to see big brother versus little brother, and I love to see us getting out the way and letting them fight their own fight, let them fight their own battles. That's what I love to see. But I love seeing people like TMZ and CNN, especially them two. I love seeing them, they jaw drop, because I didn't play the clip with the panel, because the panel was like on some dead air, like didn't know what to say. In other words, they knew he's coming for them. They know if he gets reelected, what he's gonna do. He just said it. He said it like on some Roman Empire type stuff. I'm gonna line all y'all up that tried to line me up and sit y'all in front of this little squad, you know what I'm saying, and handle our business on y'all. That's what he said. I'm gonna use the National Guard or even the military. He's just saying it nonchalantly because that's what he believes it was used on him, right? All these failed deletion attempts. You think they're gonna stop? Do you think that they're gonna stop, or do you think that they got one final little Custer last stand JFK type attempt that they're just gonna go all out, or they got one little Manchurian candidate, MK Ultra candidate that's ready to crash all the way out on a kamikaze mission? What y'all think? He's clearly verbalizing his threats to deal with the enemy within, not the enemy without. He said it. We're not talking about Ukraine and China and Russia. We're talking about the biggest enemy that's in-house. In-house. Not in the streets, not the little ninjas or the Mexicans or the whoever. He said in-house. The enemy from within. Radical liberals, radical left, or whatever they call them. You know. So let me play this one more time and then we'll get out of here. I want to hear what y'all thoughts are. This is getting good. It's so entertaining when you know how to stay out of it. It's so entertaining when you ain't got on your pom-poms and your cape trying to cape for one side or the other.
Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase Donald Trump has been using to describe some of his fellow Americans.
It's the enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with
scum.
that hate our country. That's a bigger enemy than China and Russia.
Dang, he said that's a bigger enemy. You know, the ones that try to delete me, the ones that just try to use their whole media power to assassinate my character, to get me arrested, to get me impeached, try to sue me for $1 billion or whatever, you know, try to do me like they do these ninjas, like I'm Diddy or something. They doing dude like he Diddy. But you know, if he bounce back, boy, if the Lord lets him get back in office, man, to hell on a rocket ship. It is the official fall of America.
The enemy within. Trump used the phrase again in an interview with Fox News yesterday when he was asked whether he expects chaos on Election Day from outside agitators.
I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within, not even the people that have come in and destroying our country. By the way, totally destroying our country. The towns, the villages, they're being inundated. But I don't think they're the problem in terms of Election Day. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military. I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
Do y'all think he bluffing? I don't think he bluffing. I think he all the way about that business. I think he 1,000% about to stand on that business. I think he 1,000% gonna make public examples out of all the people that try to make public examples out of him. Ain't this beautiful? Like I said, you know, he's not my president. I don't believe in this system. I love to see this, even though unfortunately, I know that it's going to mean much pain and suffering and loss for our people, because we should have let these people go a long time ago. We should have let this whole system go and believing in this American dream, fantasy island fairy tale a long time ago. But we did the opposite. We ran to it and embraced it like it's really our savior, like we really gonna get some benefits out of it. It's the absolute worst time to do something like that. You wait to the bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, full count, to go run and side with the enemy. You wait to the very last minute, your last golden years, to buy your life savings and buy a ticket to the Titanic. You spent your last to get this ticket to the Titanic so you can party on the Titanic because you heard it was so great. So unfortunately, so many of us that believe in this foolishness is going down with the ship. So my job is just to get your blood off my hands and narrate and commentate like I see it. Yeah. Chill Town, Majors, peace. But would it be a lot worse if Harris is elected? You mean Imhoff? You mean Imhoff is elected? Well, I mean, we seeing the comparison. Like that's a great question. So here's how you answer that, in my opinion, Chill Town Majors. What was the 4 years of Trump like? How were we black? I don't know if you're black. How was black people affected by the 4-year term of Trump versus or compared to how we was affected by this 4-year term of Biden and Harris, which included the pandemic, which included the Fauci juice and that whole Fauci mandate business, which included Hurricane Katrina. I mean, not Katrina, Hurricane Helene and Milton, which included this immigration fiasco, which includes Ukraine and Israel and all these billions of dollars that we done gave to everybody but us. You tell me which one would be a lot worse. Which one has been worse? Don't we ain't got to speculate about which one will be worse. You tell me which one was worse. Which one has been worse? I'm open to hear that. Damon Matthews, the enemies are global and they are funding the enemy within, aka the left. The enemies are global. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would have to agree 1,000%. Why are they funding the left? What is it about the left that they're putting their billions behind and their influence and their resources and their media and their military? What is it about what's going on the left, on the liberal side, the Democrat side of the game, that these global characters like George Soros and Larry Fink and what's this Bill Gates and all these big multi-billionaires is putting all they chips behind that side. What is it about that side? Eric Wright, the only enemy in our government is him, orange face Trump. What makes him the enemy? Get on live with me real quick. This is what I want to, because we've been doing this. I've been doing this for 30-something years now. So if I'm live and, you want to express yourself, I would love for you to hop on the live with me. What's up? There's the StreamYard link. You send the only enemy. This is you, Eric Wright, like Easy E. Eric Wright says the only enemy in our government. Please show your face instead of saying what's up, because that ain't what's up. Please show your face. Get on a link with me and show your face, and let's deal with your comment. Since that's what you want to come on my live and say or influence any of my people that might be reading this. So I'm gonna hold you to this. I'm gonna hold you to this statement and see if you can defend it. Hop on here with me, Eric, right? Don't retreat, don't flee. Let me get this off the screen. The only enemy in our government is the orange face. That sounds like what I posted earlier of Malcolm X. Let me see if I can find that file. Man, I don't have it. Okay. Yeah, that's incredible. Oh, there it is.
One who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump.
Malcolm says you're a chump.
A political chump.
Eric Wright, Malcolm says you a chump. You're a political chump. We need you to get on here and prove to us that the only enemy in our government, I wasn't aware that it was even our government, was orange face. You said you tried, it won't let me. I don't see that. If you on the live with me, then it will let you. You've been on here before, you commented before. Don't make no excuses, Eric. Hop on here with me. We need this conversation right here. That's a bold-faced, blatant lie. The only enemy. Why would you say something like that on my live? Like, why do you think you can get away with saying that on my live? Cote, peace. But yeah, Malcolm called you a chump and a traitor for that type of rhetoric.
In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
You hear that, Eric? Right? I don't know what you look like. I don't know if you're black, but Malcolm been saying this since the 60s. If you're taking that type of falsehood, foolery type position, that you're not only a political chump, but you're a traitor to your race. Especially saying the only enemy in our government is the orange man, Trump. Jeez Louise. He just told you how you was a chump. Was you not listening? Was you not listening? Do you look at Malcolm as your greatest black leader, one of the greatest black leaders? He just called you a chump and a traitor against your own race. That ain't me. I'm playing receipts. You know, I do receipts over here.
I know you don't like me saying that, but I'm not the kind of person who come here to say what you like. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not.
I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not, Eric Wright. Let's make this an Eric Wright little show real quick. Damn, why is this not showing up big? That's crazy. Say, Cam, I know you ain't sticking up for a racist bigot. Why would you suggest that? Why won't you get on the live with me and tell me that? Ask me that on live. Please not make excuses and say that it's not letting me get on, or you don't know how to follow the prompts. You don't know how to follow the links of StreamYard. Please don't tell me that. Why would I be sticking up for a racist? What am I doing that's sticking up for a racist? Who are you sticking up for? Harris? Are you sticking up for Harris? Is Harris not a racist? I mean, pardon me, Imhoff, is Kamala Imhoff not a racist or a bigot? I wish you could get on live with me. Or I wish anybody that thinks that way. I agreed with Malcolm, but time has changed. And though our elders provide a foundation for us to understand the future, we can't always solely go by their teachings, but also our own wisdom. Get on here with me, Tyrell. I 1000% disagree with that. So get on here and let's prove our arguments. You willing to do that with me? Get on here with me right quick, Terrell V. Let's address your comment. Times have changed. We're living in a different time. The Democrats and the slave master children aren't the same. The people that's running the government now is not the same. The party and their agenda is not the same as in the 60s with Malcolm, whatever Malcolm was talking about. It's different now. We're in a post-Black president society. Saying America's post-Black president. It's different now. Hop on here with me. Please, pretty please. Let's make this content. This is something that we all need to hear. These is conversation dialogues. I won't cuss you out. I won't call you out your name. We're strictly dealing with the comments that you made and the receipts and showing and proving. That's all. This is real journalism. I don't care who you feel like I'm supporting, just like Malcolm said. I don't care how you feel about it. The truth is the truth. I don't care who you feel like I'm supporting. I'm going to hold you to your claims. I'm going to hold y'all to y'all claims and hold me to mine. I double dog, triple dog dare you. I just want y'all to get on the live with me. That ain't so hard to do, right? That ain't hard, is it? G from the Bay, salute. Did we hear anything that Malcolm just said? But first we follow Malcolm and dead leaders when it's convenient for us. But then when the dead leaders even check us and call us chumps and traitors, then we come with some other excuse like, well, it's different today. The enemy is different today. Yeah, it's different, all right. Get on here and show me that it's different. I'm old school. I'm stuck in the past. Check me. Shut me up. Pull them receipts. Shut my mouth. I shouldn't be on this live spreading false suggestions of whatever, like it's the same as the 60s. Shut my mouth. Can y'all please shut my mouth? Or I should just let y'all come on my little platform and just say foolishness that you can't prove. That's what I should do. I should care about your feelings and should make friends. I should want y'all to be my friends and just let you say foolishness while I'm live. I'll let you say foolishness if you get on here and say it live with me. Get on here and say it live in a dialogue or back and forth conversation. You can say all the foolishness that you want. Cote, you have presidents that are a lot worse than Trump, including Biden. Which president was not worse than Trump? Which president was not worse than Trump? I gotta phrase my question certain kind of ways because y'all be too scared to get on here with me. Which president in your lifetime was not worse than Trump? For black people. For black people. I'm black. I have to speak for black people. Which president before or after Trump in your lifetime was not worse than Trump? Hop on here with me. Watch it be crickets. Watch this be another campfire. Campaign trail campfire. Get your s'mores, get your marshmallows, because we ain't gonna hear nothing but crickets and the crackle of the campfire flames, because ain't nobody finna hop on here with Brother Cam. Right? There go my bro, my G, Lee Bo, Muhammad, wa alaikum salam. Happy and blessed holy day of atonement and reconciliation and responsibility. Love you, soldier, fellow warrior. That's my bro, Lee Bo Muhammad. Mighty FOI out of Los Angeles. Damon Matthews, our parents and grandparents didn't listen to Malcolm either. Some things never change. Exactly. That's what handicapped and mentally and emotionally cursed this new generation, because those of our parents that didn't stand up against the real enemy and identify the real enemy and make war against the beast. Instead, they try to make deals and friends with the beast. That's what made these little weak milk toast chumps and traitors of this generation. That's where this came from. Third Eye TV, thank you for the cash app, Third Eye TV. Much love, much appreciated as always. But let me scroll back to some of this other preposterousness. My man Eric Wright said, Cam, I know you ain't sticking up for a racist bigot. Who is the racist bigot? Kamala Imhoff and Joe Biden, or what? Who am I sticking up for, and who is the racist bigot? My man Eric said the only enemy in our government, I guess you mean the American government, that's your government? Because my government is the Nation of Islam. So my government is not the United Snakes government. But you're saying the only enemy in your government is with the orange man. The orange man ain't in your government. The orange man is not the president. Who's the one that made you take the Fauci juice? Who's the one that gave your billions and trillions of dollars off to Israel and Ukraine? You know what I'm saying? Who the one that brought in 20 million migrants and gave them all your benefits? Free housing, food, clothes, shelter, labor, right to vote, right? Who did that? Trump? So we just pulling receipts. So if y'all saying that Trump is worse, show me the receipts. Anybody hop on this live with me and show me the receipts. Don't get on here commenting if you ain't willing to speak. If you ain't willing to speak. Third Eye TV said all the presidents were worse than Trump. Third Eye TV said all the presidents was worse than Trump in our lifetime. That's what he said. I would have to agree. I'm not saying that Trump won't be worse now. He got a reason to be worse now, right? If you try to impeach me and delete me and sue me for billions of dollars and smear my character publicly, and yeah, I would be the worst president you ever saw now. I would. That's just like Jesus, right? I'm not saying he's nowhere near Jesus. I'm talking about the principle is if a man is actually innocent of what you're accusing him of, and then you string him up and crucify him, yeah. While he was getting crucified, he was quiet and all that, talking about, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they do. But when he came back, he wasn't talking about forgive nobody, right? This is your Jesus. This is your agape love. God love, Jesus love everybody. He didn't love everybody after he came back. After he had to give up the ghost because y'all crucified him. He's not coming back teaching. He's not coming back hugging and loving. He's coming back with a sword dripping with what? With red plasma fluid from putting in work, him and 10,000s of angels. So if Jesus, the righteous, loving, holy love, agape love, Jesus is doing that, what you think a Trump is going to do? What you think a Trump is going to do if Jesus is doing that? What do you expect he's going to do? Exactly what this little clip said.
Some of his fellow Americans. Kamala Harris is warning voters about a new phrase Donald Trump has been using to describe some of his fellow Americans.
It's the enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with that hate our country. That's a bigger enemy than China and Russia.
The enemy within. Trump used the phrase again in an interview with Fox News yesterday when he was asked whether he expects chaos on Election Day from outside agitators.
I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within, not even the people that have come in and destroying our country. By the way, totally destroying our country. The towns, the villages, they're being inundated. But I don't think they're the problem in terms of Election Day. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military. I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. It should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
Right. So, like I said, if Jesus is coming back with a sword and the people that pierced his flesh was weeping and wailing when they saw him returning with the clouds with 10,000 angels, his swords dripping with blood, What you think of Donald Trump is gonna do to y'all? Shit. All y'all that had all this orange man talk to say. You know what I'm saying? If you was wise, you saw the long game. If you wise and if you was taught military science, you would understand why, you know, the Nation of Islam saw the value. We see the value in the devil. We know the value and the purpose of Satan and the devil, right? All of y'all that talk about the nation did something with a Scientology, and nation did something with the Klan, and nation did something with the American Nazi Party. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Do that mean we're a part of the Klan or the part of the Nazi Party, or that we're Scientologists? Is that what that means? Y'all the ones trying to vote y'all way in and be Americans. Y'all the ones believing in them people and believing in the system. We deal with them on our terms. We don't go dealing with them on their terms. They give us what we demand. They agree with our position. Y'all going over there jumping on Uncle Sam's scrotum. That's Uncle Sam scrotumites. Uncle Scam scrotumites. G from the Bay, salute. Thank you, G. So that's what I want to know. I want to know who disagrees with Malcolm, who disagrees with myself. You know what I mean? Since I'm supporting a racist bigot, okay, get on here and prove that he's more racist than the president that's in office right now. Prove that he's more racist and more bigoted than the president that you voted for. What president did you vote for? Let's see if he did more for black people than Trump did. Let's see if your president, whoever you ever voted for, did more for black people than Trump did. Or did black people do better under your president's administration than we did under Trump, since I'm supporting a racist bigot? What made him racist and bigoted so terribly all of a sudden? Because who? Because CNN and TMZ said it? Because the media said it? Because your favorite rapper said it? Well, I ain't saying it. That don't sway me. You can't tell me my eyes and ears and brain didn't see and know and witness what it saw and heard and witnessed. So get on here and tell me to my face. Get on here and prove it to my face. You would never show up. You don't want to go that kind of viral with me. I don't vote. I ain't never voted for a president in my life, but I'm not blind. I'm not Helen Keller. I'm not blind, deaf, and dumb. I got the history. I do this while y'all was partying, while y'all was playing sports and chasing ass and dudes or whatever y'all was doing for the last 30 years. This is what I was doing. This is the science. This is the curriculum that I've been on nonstop. Do you know better than Malcolm? Do you know better than me? Hop on here with me. Shut me up. Shut me up. Why is it so difficult for anybody to hop on here with me and shut me up and prove your claims, prove your comments? You don't like them. You don't like what I'm saying. Shut me up with receipts. Shut me up with facts. It ain't happened yet. They got a StreamYard link. Are you scared that you're one of the enemies from within that Trump gonna deal with if he get back reelected? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what you're scared of. Why do you think? Are y'all voting this? Are y'all voting for Harris? Who you voting for? I'm telling you, I ain't voting for. I'm telling you who I'm voting for. I'm voting for Farrakhan. I've been voting for Farrakhan for the last 34 years and been winning. Been proving that no matter who's the president, we still winning. We still thrive. We still victorious. So why do you think you got to vote for the slave masters people? Why do you think you have to choose a evil? I have to choose a lesser of an evil. Thought you was a Christian. Thought you was a Christian or a Muslim or a Hebrew. When did your faith in your Lord ever say you were supposed to vote for any percentage of evil? Any evil? And you're going to publicly tell people and children and, real warriors that do this, that we supposed to vote for the lesser of the evils. Okay, now eat this same cake, anime. Eat the same damn lesser of two evil cake that you tried to serve us 4 years ago, anime. Eat the cake. Who's worse today? Who's the lesser of the two evils today, anime? Bet you ain't nobody gonna hop on here with me. I don't mind being shadow banned. I don't mind being censored. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a reason. They got a reason to censor me. They got a reason they don't invite Rudolph the red-nosed stepbrother to none of their reindeer games. You about to see it. Hassan Burton, salute. Absolutely, long live Muhammad. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just calling out whoever want it. That's why I go live every day. They done already caught on to my content, my rhetoric, and Leor Cohen or who else over there, whatever. But I'm on here with whoever. I don't care if it's 3 people or 30 people. I'm calling for the fades. Every day, every live, 5 days a week and on the weekends. But we steady typing instead of talking. We don't want to show our face like I do. We don't want to put it on the line like I put it on the line for 34 years. Put my life, face, everything, family, everything on the line for this. Stood on business. Ain't no such thing as standing on more business than Farrakhan and the real followers of Farrakhan been standing on. These Johnny-come-lately black political activists. These Johnny-come-lately just now getting mad at the slave master people. We're not even on them no more. We're not even mad at them no more. That's not even our problem. Our problem is us. As you can see, as we can clearly see. Malcolm been telling you back in the 60s, probably before you was born. That's why I was playing his clips. We was the problem way back in the 60s. But now y'all gonna say exactly what the problem is. Oh, that was in the 60s. It's different now. You are the problem. You are absolutely the problem saying that weirdo goofiness. Man, Yusuf Arlan, salute. Walaikum salam. I sure wish somebody would get on here with me, because you disagree with me. You voted. You ran to the polls or did some early bird voting for Imhoff, for Kamala Imhoff, just like you ran and got that Fauci jab because when they told you to. You did. I didn't. Why did we know? Why do we know what not to do and shit for the last 34-something years? Me personally, for the last 34, 35 years. I don't know. But I'm on here calling you out. If you disagree with me, I dare you to get on here with me. If you got some political activists or whatever, some scholar, some whoever, the black person that you think is running for president, I dare you to get them on here with me too. If you got a preacher, an imam, a sheikh, a rabbi, I dare you to get them on here with me too. Yeah. Clear Vision Media, absolutely. Walaikum salam. The fruit. Stand tall through it all, at all costs, under all circumstances. Yeah. Not because we tough, it's just because we knew what we signed up for. We know what we signed up for. Stephen Johnson, walaikum salam. Nafisa, it's above common sense. I unfortunately, the definition of regular and common and average now is in the trash can. I don't even want common sense. I don't even want to be on no average, whatever common or average or regular is. We got to be above that. John Mathis.
What's up, brother?
Oh man, you got a piece, bro. What's good with you? Let me get this off the screen. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, first and foremost, man, salute to you. I don't disagree with you, but since I guess all the people that want to disagree with you, they don't want to come on. Man, I salute you. I've been a fan of yours for years and years and years, brother.
Man, blessings, bro. Blessings. But you got the floor, man. So it ain't, it ain't about agreeing with me. I agree with you. I just got a mic in my face. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But what's your thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a Christian, but I respect you and I respect the whole nation because at least they have faith in something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I love Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and definitely love Brother Malcolm X because how can you be so advanced and so your forethought is so above everybody else's when you saw this coming decades ago? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't know how people repeatedly vote for something that's against their own. I don't understand it, man.
You understand it, but it's just sad. We don't want to understand it because by us understanding it, we're gonna have to call it what it really is, which is cowardice. You know what I'm saying? It's actually cowardice. We fear the real enemy because we really not. I'm not saying you. Real Christians are Muslims, and real Muslims are Christians because we standing on righteous, provable principles and disciplines based, righteous discipline. Not saying that we holy or we better than nobody. It's just we believe in the laws of righteousness and the laws of proof. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you pull receipts, they want to get rid of you.
Yeah, that's facts. What I notice about just digress just for a few seconds. What I notice my Muslim brothers and sisters that I have in my life, the reason I love them so much is because they stand on righteousness, man. You don't see these people robbing stores. They don't have foul mouths. They don't be cussing all day. They put away all of that worldly stuff to follow a righteous path. And the reason I say this is because I noticed the shift in the way that they think politically and the way they started voting around the end of the Obama era. I know shift, and the reason they shifted is because they saw all the deviancy that was coming in through that administration to our country, which we live in. If it was somewhere else, I don't think nobody would have cared. But in their own backyard, people started to pay attention to it. And when Trump came in, I felt like the Lord used him as an ungodly person who actually tried his best to instill godly principles back in our home front. And that's the part that people don't understand, because if you're not a godly person, you're not even going to notice that. You ain't even going to notice.
What would you call the definition? What is the down to earth definition of a godly person to you? Because to me, they call it conservative. But to me, it's just the laws of nature. They're more in line with the provable laws of nature. A man's supposed to be with a woman. This is this, and if you're born a male, you're gonna be called a male because that's what I'm saying. Is it something else?
It's crazy because it's funny you bring that up, because even nature shows us which way you're supposed to go. There's no IQ of an animal. The animal has no intelligent quotient. You can't measure the IQ of an animal. But even if you look at them, they can show you which way you're supposed to go with basic stuff. And that's why I think God was using Trump, because it still is using Trump, by the way. I think God was using Trump because if we gonna talk biblical principles, we know that God uses the foolish to confound the wise. In other words, not all the way super educated and smart, he'll use them to show you how stupid you are. On top of that,
that's deep.
So that's the difference between, and that's why Trump ruffles so many feathers, because you got all these career politicians who've been there for 30, 40, 50 years and they did nothing for the people. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Or they did something for them and their friends and their colleagues and their constituents. Nobody else. So you got this dude who already has money, who can't be bought. He doing something for the people because he got boots on the ground. I heard this dude, he had a flat tire in his limo or something like that. Somebody rolled up on him, offered him a ride. He was like, wow, I really appreciate that. And he paid this person's mortgage off.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just the connection that he had to the people. These politicians, they don't give a damn about the people, though. They don't care.
Right, man. I have to agree. I don't quote unquote support Trump. I don't trust, I can't trust based on the history and the nature and the relationship of us as two people. I can't trust that, but we can pull the receipts and see, like you said, that all of the black rich celebrities was friends of Trump. How did you become not friends? How did he become this arch enemy monster man all of a sudden in 4 years when he didn't even do nothing during his president? Like, what did he do against black people so bad that he's this monster, this so-called super racist bigot, when he's the one paid for Jesse Jackson in '84 presidential run? He's the one paid for, like, if you just list, if you really pull the receipts, I'm not saying I don't know what his motive was. I don't saying he really loved the brothers or not, but he did it for whatever his motives was. He did that. He got the receipts of doing that compared to what Biden or Hillary or Harris has ever done for black people.
Exactly. And that's all I can go off. I can only go off of what you showed me you did. I can't go off of hearsay. Anybody can character assassinate somebody. That don't mean it's true. And just like you said, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, this dude's been a public figure for like 40 years. Like, that's my whole life. I'm 44 years old.
Man.
As long as I can remember, this dude supported Michael Jackson when nobody else would get out there and support Michael Jackson when he was going through his thing. If black people really love black people, they love Michael Jackson. I don't give a damn if it's the white Michael Jackson or the brown Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So to have Trump defend him, and then Mike Tyson, he defended Mike Tyson. Nobody would touch Mike Tyson. Don King didn't do it. Don King did not get out there and defend that brother.
Yeah.
So I can just only go off of what you showed me. I can't go off of what MSNBC, especially no Don Lemon and no Anderson Cooper. They ain't finna tell me how I live my life. I can't even relate to them.
And Trump is against them. He's against the mainstream media, and he's against unnatural relationships. So if Don Lemon and whoever else is on the rainbow side of the game trying to push that rainbow thing, like we supposed to be able to love whoever we want to love, and we supposed to be able to empower our women to abort their children by 30 million since 1973, and Trump is against that, and you calling him a racist bigot. Okay, well, my own women is more racist and bigot and genocidal than Trump is, right? If we didn't kill 30 million of our innocent, the most holy innocent human sacrifice. You're talking about Diddy and Trump and all these other. Who's the monster that's doing the most human sacrifices here?
I'm telling you, and brother Cam, here's the crazy thing. It wouldn't even be about Trump, brother. It's really not about Trump, man. It's
right.
Who would sit in the seat and defend the righteous. That's who I'm gonna get behind. I don't give a damn if it was Bruce Springsteen that was doing it. As long as he's doing what he's doing, man. And that's the thing that kills me about black people today. Why when a white man offer you an olive branch, all of a sudden he got to have a motive behind it? That's not always the case, bro. That's not always the case.
Well, I say it is the case, but it don't mean I won't take the olive branch. It don't mean I won't, do business with them or whatever. But based on the history, I can never trust them unless I grew up with you.
I feel you.
I can never trust one of them because of nature. Like, just like a lion can never trust a tiger. That's just nature. It don't mean that they're evil. It's just we don't mix. It don't mix like that. You know what I'm saying? My nature, the nature of a leech is diametrically opposed to the nature of my torso. You know what I'm saying? A leech wants to live off of my detriment. That's just the nature of those organisms. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I can't argue against that. History has proven that's correct.
Yeah, snakes ain't evil. There's no such thing as an evil creature in nature.
Yep.
But they do evil to us because we don't understand them, we don't recognize them, and we don't respect them for what they really there for. And we wind up getting bit or ate or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But brother, I respect you. I ain't gonna hold up too much of your time or whatever, man. But man, to be honest with you, I've been watching the network for a little bit and everything like that. But I've been a fan of yours, like I said, for years, since you was spitting that fire. You know,
appreciate you.
And inspired a lot of us brothers, man. You never been in no drama, never been in no mix, man. So I gotta tell you, we love you in Houston, Texas, brother. So
man, salute H-Town. Appreciate you, John. Love you too, bro, man. Stay strong. Like I said, I'm your Christian brother also.
That's what's up, man. God bless you, brother.
God bless you, bro. Peace. Man, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no money in the world, ain't no fame in the world can match that. That's how you know you pass from mental death into life, because you love the brotherhood. You got a brotherhood. Might not have met personally, but we met spiritually. We grew up together as mental and spiritual brothers. We've been through the same hell, same experience. I might be going up the east side of the mountain. He might be going up the west side of the mountain. I can't say what he see over there is wrong. If he see Christ and he see, you know, the Bible side of the game, that's what the terrain is. Okay, I can't say that's wrong. I can't say nothing. It's moss. It's all kind of stuff grow over there on that side that I don't know nothing about. Over here, it might be rocky and thorns or whatever. He can't tell me my way is the wrong way. As long as we keep on moving up, by the time we get all the way to the top, we're gonna realize we was on the same path, trying to get to the same destination, and now we got a wealth of experience for people coming behind us. So I never get caught up in no religious gang banging, just like I would never let nobody catch me up in no political gang banging. But that's what y'all doing. Oh, you voting for Trump? Oh, you supporting the bigot? Nah, nigga, I told you I don't vote for nobody. So just the fact that I don't have no history voting for nobody, I'm most qualified to be neutral, to call out your hypocrisy, to call out your chumpism, your traitorism, like Malcolm said. Why are you emotionally vested in any of this? Which Kool-Aid did you drink? We already knew you drank the Fauci Kool-Aid. Which political? When did you start drinking the political Kool-Aid? Who sweetened that? Who put the sugar in that Kool-Aid for you? You know what I'm saying? Who slipped you that Mickey where you got emotionally invested in U.S. former slave master politics? That's incredible to me. That's absolutely incredible to me. But yeah, I'm here, you know. I'm not ducking no verbal fades. I just want to know. I want y'all to show me how this dude that y'all claim is so bigoted is more bigoted than any president before him, any president after him. I expect him to be the monster that you said he is now. Just like I expect Jesus to be the monster that the Bible said he is once he got crucified and came back. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to come back. That's why the people that pierced his flesh, according to the Bible, was weeping and wailing, terrified when they seen him coming back, because they knew what he was coming back to do. That's what they see when they see Trump looking like he getting closer and closer and gapping Kamala Harris to get back in the seat. That's what that looked like to them. That's why they panicked. Like trading places, Eddie Murphy. Look at him, they panicking. Look at him. I know it. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? Valentine. Y'all panicking. Yeah, because you chose a side like a fool. You chose a side like a fool. Why didn't you do like the Muslims, the ones that's vets in this and shit, and told you don't choose a side? This is not your fight. These Muslims, the ones that's really following the real Moses and Aaron, that can walk through the Red Sea, because we didn't choose a side. The Red Sea means bloodshed. The Red Sea means revolution, race war. But you can't walk through the Red Sea without getting drowned, because you picked a side. You claim that you was anti-Trump and white American, anti the red orange man, or you anti the Muslims, y'all niggas black Hitlers or whatever. So you can't pass through safely, because you already identified yourself as picking a certain side foolishly. You can't walk through the Red Sea. You can't part the Red Sea. Neither side respects you. Neither side is going to give you no kind of consideration, no kind of pass whatsoever. Should have been wise like the Muslims. Should have been wise like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, where we came to agreements, we came to understandings with our enemy. We found what we can agree on with our enemy. And y'all called it selling out. Y'all said, oh, the nation, some white man or something is who started the nation. All BS, lies, slander, foolish, goofball gossip. Hey, Scientology, some white dude started the nation and the Freemasons and all. Shut your goofy ass up. Stay exactly where you at. Stay where you at. And let's see how this goes. Because you knew better and you just chose to be a chump, like Malcolm said. You chose to be a chump. Chose to be a traitor against your own nation. You would rather go side and hug on the scrotum of Uncle Sam instead of get on your own nation time. Unite with your own brothers, your own nation, your own army. Yeah, you gonna go hop on your Uncle Sam's scrotum. So stay there. The little fleas and ticks that you are, scrotum ticks that you are, stay there. Yeah. Because we standing on our own testicles over here. We standing on our own independent testicles. We don't give no damns about no votes for no U.S. presidents whatsoever. You got to vote for. So you supporting Trump, a bigot, a racist? I so wish that I was voting. I would vote for Trump just for that reason. Yeah, nigga, I voted for Trump. Now what? But I just know that his motivation is to be king or emperor or ruler or pharaoh also. But y'all, y'all provoked him. Y'all provoked this particular beast. He wasn't on beast mode when his past 4 years. He wasn't even on beast mode. Y'all put him on beast mode. I expect him to be a full beast. I would be. Just like I said, Jesus coming back in full beast mode, right? Christ. You believe in Christ, right? Is he coming back to teach? Is he coming back to love and save? No. Revelations chapter 8 to Revelations chapter 11. No. He's coming back to delete 2/3 of the whole population of the earth. If you want to get technical, the angels of God, not the devils, not Satan and deceive the whole world and Armageddon. No, these ain't the ones doing the mass deletions. The ones that's doing the mass deletions is the 7 angels of God, Christ's angels. So don't tell me he loves everybody. He's the God of love, and you a goddamn lie. Revelations chapter 8 to Revelations chapter 11. Read your Bible, liar, hypocrite, coward, chump, traitor. Read your Bible. Don't have me quoting it. I ain't even opened the book. I got a t-shirt on and I'm cussing. I know your Bible better than you do. I live it. Following the real Jesus, Farrakhan. Yeah, I live it. I'm a real disciple. Somebody that disciplined their life, submitted to another human being, a master, a black man, spiritual father. Yeah, I'm a disciple. That won't never follow no man. Yeah, all right. That's why you drinking the Fauci juice. That's why you voting for Emhoff. That's why you can't even maintain a family. You can't even keep a woman. Can't even have your children. Your children don't even respect you. We don't have that problem. We got 99 problems, but them ain't one. We got real warriors of God problems, real enemy problems. I don't mind having them problems. But anybody wants to hop on here with me, I'm sure waiting. Here go the link. Trump threatens to deal with the enemy within our own government, the ones that try to get rid of him. I'm gonna keep on making that comparison. Oh, so you saying he Jesus? No, I'm saying the concept is the same. The principle is the same. I'm saying he could be Satan. He could be the full 100% Satan. But if he wasn't doing that big Satan behavior before in his first 4 years, he got a reason to do it now. He got a whole reason not to give a F about y'all. Right? I wouldn't. I'll come back and clean house too. Just like Jesus, like as above, so below. Whatever is going on with the righteous is also going on with the wicked. So to me, Trump represents the wicked Christ. You know what I'm saying? Not against us, against his own people. Judgment starts in the house. So if he's going to be the head of that house, that Titanic, that white politics, U.S. politic, White House, he's the Jesus that's coming back, that's bringing judgment to to the Judases of his house, to the false believers and hypocrites of his house, his White House. Judgment starts at the house of God, whether it's the God of evil, the God of this world, or the God of righteousness. Judgment starts at the house, in the house. And he's telling you where he's going first. He's dealing with the enemy within the house. And I love it. Pa-da-pa-pa-pa. Nigga, I'm loving it, like McDonald's. But we got to worry about the righteous judgment and the righteous Jesus that we done already crucified and abandoned and slandered and blasphemed, talking about he was a con man and y'all killed Malcolm and he stole money and all the stuff that you say about Farrakhan. Yeah. The same way that you see him go, you're going to see him return, or you're going to see his representatives. Either way, you're not going to want to see none of them. Yeah. So I'm just a mouthpiece. I'm just a rapper. I'm just a good talker that has studied my lessons well. That's all. I'm a commentator. You know what I'm saying? I'm a commentator on this championship game, this War of Armageddon kickoff, that has the right, that's qualified to speak. I'm qualified to speak. I'm not the most qualified. Of course, my teacher is the most qualified, my leader and teacher. But he done spoke already. He done spoke for 70 years. He ain't got nothing else to say. He don't need to speak no more. God is speaking now. God is speaking in the form of rain, hail, snow, earthquake, tornadoes, hurricanes, heat waves, blizzards. God is speaking now. Famine, pestilence, pandemics. Yeah. Widespread disease, widespread, whatever kind of diseases on every level. You know, the kind that we freak off diseases. Yeah. The final call is over. The final call is over. This is October 14th. It's 2 days. There are 2 days left, according to my understanding, according to my limited understanding of the instructions that we received yesterday through student minister Ishmael Muhammad, where he informed us that the final call is ended, has ended. You know, according to his teacher, our teacher, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the final call has ended. And this is the Holy Day of Atonement week. You know, we celebrated it yesterday or this past weekend, but the actual day is October the 16th. October the 16th. Right? It was actually from October 7th to October the 16th. So however many days that is the last of the grace of this world on a general scale. So I would suggest, I would urge and even implore that we settle our differences, that we atone for what we know we have done to people by the 16th, within the next 2 days. And it's not because of nothing I'm saying. It's just like I said, but according to my little understanding and my little study, and you know, I'm a pretty well-studied student of divine prophecies and history and nature and physics. Um, I would suggest, I would strongly suggest, I can't tell you what to do because, the nature of a rebel is whatever, if I speak with any kind of authority, then you're going to try to exercise your free power to disobey or disregard or go against whatever I say. So I can't even say it with no strong, deep voice manhood. I would ask you or beg you to try to atone for whatever you did. If you violated a woman or children, or you took a life or some lives or whatever, within the next 2 days, if you haven't atoned for it, um, I would I would pray that you do that, because after the 16th, we're gonna see how quickly um the response is now, or the justice, or the comeback, the karma, the repayment for the dirt that we have done, that we thought we got away with for so long. The only reason why we thought we got away with it is because we was under grace. We was under divine grace that is now up. 2 days from now. And like I said, I'm not nothing. I'm a student. I'm a little filthy, dirty worm, sinner student of my Lord and Savior and my sensei, you know what I'm saying? My spiritual father, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So I'm not speaking with no authority of my own. I'm just speaking based on studying his walk and his words, and his teacher, his father, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's words, and the teachings of the God in person, and the mathematics that I came up with. And it could be wrong. It could be totally wrong. Totally wrong. But I'm just putting it out there before the day comes, 2 days from now, that we can expect the full results of the dirt that we know we have done, that we thought we got away with. The dirt that we know we have done, that we thought we got away with because nobody else knows it, but you and the victim or victims, after the 16th, 2 days from now, if we have not atoned for that, atoned with God, atoned to God, and atoned to the person or the people that we violated, if they're still alive to even atone for. If they're not, then you got to take it directly to God, or in the next of kin, or the subject matter. Just like if it's abortions, then we should, I think that we should become activists against that crime against humanity and innocent life, not private, go along to get along, acting like denial, like you never did nothing wrong, while you still pointing the fingers at diddies and dudes and your baby daddies and all that, when you got bodies, innocent bodies under your belt. I would say, I would plead with you to atone to God and to the person or the people that we have violated before the 16th is over with, 2 days from now. And we'll see. I can't say what I think or what I see no deeper, no further than that. But I think you get the picture. It's the wrath of God. We are under the wrath of God. Now it's wrath of God, not wrath of the devil. This is not, the devil was cast out, and once he saw he was cast out, he went to make war with the remnant of the woman's seed. And Triple A, thank you, Triple A. I got your cash app. Thank you, Triple A. He saw that he was cast out, so he came down on, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, because the devil is coming down on you, having great wrath. Nah, we already been through that. Now we dealing with the wrath of God. The devil's wrath ain't got nothing on God's wrath, and you about to see it. We about to see it. We already saw signs of it with this this pandemic and all this, acts, these hurricanes and all of this, but we about to really see it now, and we're not going to be able to give the credit to HARP. We're not going to be able to give the credit to some Euro science. You know what I'm saying? That just proves who you fear and who you see as the power, who your God is. Oh, HARP, man, they did the weather, the HARP. All right, we'll see. Keep on giving the credit to HARP. Well, the UFOs is aliens, or they Hitler, that's the Nazi. Okay, you keep on giving the credit to everybody else. And we'll remember this conversation. You remember this little live, because this is going to determine how live we going to be. We might not even make it to the end of this year. They already have plans to go to war with Iran. Israel, which is going to be America, is already planning to go to war with Iran. And if the orange man look like he's winning, they definitely going to launch, because they're going to try to kill 2 and 3 birds with one stone. They're going to try to keep their agenda on track. It might not even be an election. If it looked like Trump is winning too much, if they can't delete him like they allegedly tried 3 times already, they just won't have an election. It'll just be war with Iran, and it'll be a draft. It'll be selective service draft, and we suspending the election because, national security issue. Just watch. Just watch and see. Let's just watch and see. Yeah. But, that's what I'm here for. It might not be entertaining. It might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. It's what we need to hear. Yeah. So we busy voting for Trump or Harris instead of voting for God. Voting for God. You're supposed to vote for God. But, we hypocrites. Nafisa, thank you, Nafisa. I really enjoyed your podcast, the UFO, the other day. I wasn't able to catch it live. It was great. One of the favorite subjects. Salute. Absolutely. I'm fascinated over that. And, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say, don't wonder, don't marvel over the wheels, over the UFOs. Marvel over the original man and woman brains that constructed them. That was the architects behind them, the masters of the forces of nature, the super knowledgeable, holy wise scientists that have the knowledge of the forces of gravity and electromagnetism, the strong and the weak force, the forces that hold the atoms and molecules together. That's how these craft was built. They was built from that mind, the mind of the man, the mind that put the atoms and molecules of creation together in the first place. That's what this is built off of. It's a fascinating subject. They want to give the credit to aliens and extraterrestrials and all this old Nephilim, all this old BS. No, it's our people, the black man and woman of this planet. The gods. Behold, ye are all gods with an S. Children of the Most High God. Children of the Supreme Being. The Supreme Self. Who we say Allah in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. That's a human being. But that's our supreme level. That's our supreme self in the person. What he is and where he is and what he knows and what he's able to do, we are also supposed to grow up into that. He didn't come to make us a nation of worshipers of him, babies that's calling, Daddy, Daddy, do this for me, Daddy. Can you do this for me, Daddy, Daddy? No. That only worked for a season when we babies. But once he start feeding you from what he feed, from what he eat, then you become a God also, male and female. So your prayers ain't going to work the same because you asking him to do for you what he gave you the power and unlock the power in you to do for yourself, for us to do for ourselves. So our prayers ain't going to work the same after we not a baby no more in this. But when we first come into this, boy, they be popping. Them prayers be popping like, ooh, man, this Allah, this Master Fard Muhammad, boy, ain't to be played with. That's how I even got in the music game. As soon as I started studying whatever, Ice Cube was rolling up in my house and on the east side, like, damn, this Master Fard Muhammad is not to be played with. Because he gonna give you a reward for coming to birth, for choosing him as a baby. But after a while, you're gonna have to stand on your own. You're gonna have to start exercising your own willpower, your own God willpower. You cause rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. You cause matter to move with your thoughts, with your will. You just don't know it. You haven't been taught that you are causing all of this. They tell you a mystery ghost causes all of this. No, all of this is caused by you, the Son of Man. Rain, hail, snow, earthquakes, all of that. But what brings this is the Father, because they continue to teach us lies that somebody else is causing this, some mystery spook that we'll never see until we die, which is a lie. No, you, our collective consciousness, our collective will produces all of this, causes all of it. Wouldn't you like to be taught exactly how you do it, how we do this? That's the classroom of God. It starts with fasting. It starts with fasting. That's why so many of us ain't doing it. Fasting. I can't eat what I want. Nope. The less you eat, the greater your God power. Well, I ain't finna be no God. I guess we finna go freak off with Diddy. Because it's an appetite thing. The more you deny your physical flesh appetite, the more you grow and unlock your God mental willpower. The power to will things into existence by denying your flesh, denying your natural appetite. So the gods are gods of fasting. They go whole weeks at a time without eating one meal. Would you trade that? If you could unlock all your powers like a superhero, would you trade? Would that be a good deal to you? I'll be looking skinny like an alien with a big head or whatever, but I'll be able to control the forces of nature just by thinking it, just by willing it or speaking it. Would you trade that? Would you trade your conceited little vain image, your muscles or your form or your body and your BBLs and shit, your fake hair for that? No, obviously not. Obviously not. Or maybe you would if you believed it, but you don't believe it. You don't believe Farrakhan. You don't believe the Muslims. Y'all believe in spaceships. Y'all believe that God is a man. Well, I thought you was a Christian. I thought that's what you believed Jesus was. So it's crazy when we say it, but it's sane. It's okay when you believe that your man is 2,000 years old, didn't even have a biological daddy, and it's okay for you to believe that. But it's crazy for us to say that we're gods. All right. Check. Check. Yeah. Nafisa said, I fasted 40 days. People think I'm crazy. No, I think you're sane. I think that's why you're here. I think that's why you probably one of the only sisters courageous. I think you're a sister. Nafisa Jackson. I can't see it. But if you over here and you can tolerate my strong-minded personality and my tough words and you not intimidated or, you definitely doing something. Because this ain't this is the locker room. This is the God's locker room. This females do not want to hear what we talking about over here. If we don't dress it up and sweeten it up and put on a nice whatever and get softer, whatever, like sisters ain't trying to hear this shit. Right? But why be here? Why not test it? Why not try to get the most out of your power while you here? What better do you have to do with your life? Okay, you might have spent the first years partying and freaking and getting bodies and whatever you was doing. You see that didn't work out for you. You see that didn't work out for you. Okay, I'm tired of this. I'm going to change. Okay, at what point are we going to say, let's go for broke? Let's go for the actual God powers that I knew I always had when I was a child. Like when you're a little child, you really closer to being God. You knew all things was possible if you really just concentrated hard enough. You knew you could move this with your mind. You knew you could levitate, or you could do this, or you can control matter. You knew that. You knew it when you was a child. What the hell happened? What kind of poison needle got stuck in our brains that just destroyed all of the possibility that we knew existed for us in our lifetime? We just became zombies, slaves to flesh and appetite. We knew that. I didn't have to see didn't even have superheroes movies and all that back then. I knew we could do that when I was little. I knew it. I knew I could time travel, but I just didn't know it was, and what they call out of body experiences or prophecy. Like you can see, that's what prophecy is, just being able to tune up on the population, and the average speed of thought is 24 billion miles per second. And time, the limit of physical three-dimensional time is the speed of light, which is 186,000 miles per second. But we think 24 billion miles per second. So memory, just having memory, just thinking about something that happened yesterday is time travel. Your body can't go back, but your mind going back and forth to the past and the future simultaneously. But your 12 years of slave grammar school never taught you that. Your church never taught you that. Your pastor never taught you that. Your imam never taught you that. Your sheikh never taught you that. Your rabbi never taught you that. Why are you hearing it from some ex-rapping, bald head LA t-shirt rap dude? Why am I speaking more fascinating subjects about you than you ever heard anybody in your household or in your school or in your church teach? Do it sound like I'm freestyling? Do it sound like I'm lying about it? Or do it sound like I probably got some receipts? Do it sound like we probably have the secrets behind these secret societies? Do it sound like we probably have the secrets and the interpretation of Messiah and Christ and Mahdi and God in person, the mystery of God, according to the Bible? Or we just sound like some good pimp talk? All right, well, whatever it is doing better than you doing. If it's a good fairy tale, so it's a better pipe dream than you dreaming. Our children is in better condition. Our women is more protected and respected than yours is. We better with our hands than you are. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we ain't getting is the satanic money yet. But that's promised us. Everything, all the other promises have became true. So if the final part of the promise is that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous, but it's going to be turned over to us after a certain event and after a certain collapse or breaking of the enemy's power in war, then just stay healthy, fast and pray. Stay healthy. Stay healthy enough for God to have something to work with when the time comes. Don't burn yourself out. Don't party yourself out. Don't freak yourself all the way off. You know what I'm saying? Don't trick your life all the way off. Don't be addicted. Don't drug your life. Don't smoke and drink your life all the way off to where when God is ready, to turn things over to us, he can't, because you didn't destroyed your vessel. You destroyed it. He didn't destroy it. You destroyed your own vessel. So he's not obligated to clean it up. Yeah. So I'm just trying to be a brother, man. I speak with whatever authority that I speak with because I'm disciple. I have seen from my Lord what I have seen. I have seen from my teacher, my leader, and my guide what I have seen. I have witnessed and experienced it. You know what I mean? I have witnessed and experienced the God of my father, you know what I'm saying, which is not a spook, which is what you are. That should be so comforting and so brilliant and glorious to know that the real God is exactly what you are. So that means all of the powers that you heard that God exercised, you got the power and ability and the capacity, the potential to do the same thing in your lifetime. You're supposed to be able to grow into us. We are supposed to grow into gods in our lifetime. Y'all can go on YouTube right now and see these that they call star children, you know, some call indigo children, but star children, like these anomaly children that know how to read at 10 months old, that's reading books, that know how to do this and do that, that just comprehend physics and math or whatever at 1 year old. This is real. This is us coming back to using the whole 100% of our brain. Don't you think don't you want to experience that? Don't you want to experience not being a slave to your ignorance and to your weakness, to your lust, to your poverty, to your illness? Don't you want to at least get this out of life? Like just touch it a little bit, taste it a little bit, like, damn, I tasted my God power in more than a dream, like, you know, not a dream. Like you testing it, you back testing it, and you retesting it, and you pinching yourself like, damn, I'm not dreaming. This is real. I'm here. I reached this level. Let me go reach the next level, because it ain't no ceiling. It ain't no cap on it. You can go as far as you can go, as you choose to go. But we ain't trying to go at all. We seeing the devil offering us the whole world now, because he knows that we have this option now. We have this destiny. This key has been given to us to unlock our God powers. So they now have to seduce you, have to lure you with all the lust and all of the pleasures and all the instant this and all the fame, all the stuff, the low desire, low frequency shit that we always wanted when we was dead, mentally dead. Now he's throwing it at you to keep you distracted from coming into power, into your own God power with no wicked strings attached. Yeah, you still got a private part. I want to say that word. You still got a private part. That's still divine. It's going to feel even better if you're doing it the righteous way. Allah's goodly pleasure. Yeah, female got a little, you know, your private part is going to feel even better when you're doing it with the righteous, as a righteous person. You ain't never tried that. You know it's supposed to be attached to divine love. You know sex is supposed to be attached to divine love. You ain't never did it for that. You ain't never did it. You know, even us, we not been produced out of divine love. We was produced off of lust. But God still know how to take the living, bring forth the living from the mentally dead. Even though we was mentally dead and we was products of lust and foolishness, Allah still know, God know how to take that and bring it to life, breathe into it and make it a God. It was a little devil mess. It was just a mess, an irresponsible mess. He know how to breathe his life, his spirit into it and make it worth something. Minister Farrakhan mama tried to abort him 3 times. This is before 1973. This is 1933 when there wasn't no Planned Parenthood clinics. It was a hanger. It was a hanger and sharp objects that women just stuck inside, you know. Try to get rid of him 3 times because he was a product of, you know, circumstances. But he turned out to be our savior. So whatever child you got, I don't care if it's a child of rape, the child of lust, the child of whatever, that's a savior. The hell would you abort a savior? As many saviors as we need right now. And you want to push peas with Kamala Imhoff and Taraji P. Henson in these streets. You want to push Planned Parenthood off on our daughters. You cursed. The curse of Allah is on you. I'm talking about these leaders of that. I'm not talking about the sisters that did it. That's a curse too that we got a few days to get out of if you hearing this. But I'm talking about the ones that deceived us into it, that encourages us to do that. The Satans that make that fair seeming. They are cursed. They are the enemy. They are the enemy. So I gotta clean up my own life. I'm busy cleaning up my own sin. That's why you don't hear me detailing nobody else's sin. You don't hear me accusing and kicking somebody when they down, especially not no black man or no black woman, because I know my sins. I'm too busy trying to still clean out my and work off my sins. But then I gotta hear 30 million accusing some man of this and that and being a monster and accusing me of being a bigot lover and all this kind. I better hush y'all mouth, man. I better hush y'all mouth. Anyway, I guess I talked enough. Just because I got a mic don't mean I'm right. Just because the mic is in my face don't mean I'm right. Don't take nothing I say on face value. Go research it. Go prove it or disprove it. Because I think I can prove it, and I get on here challenging y'all every time I get on live to disprove it. Those that disagree. Yeah. So we got the receipts. It's just we don't want to hear the truth. This is what we do. La 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 la. You know, we don't want to hear it. So now the Jesus stops talking. He stops blowing his trumpet, and now the trumpet that's coming behind him is the trumpets of death, the trumpets of that wheel, that great and dreadful plane, and its work and its people, because its people ain't just on that wheel. Its people are among us. These people that's gonna do this job is already among us that we don't know. We don't even know who they are. We don't know what they can do. We don't know what forces of nature that they got the power over. We don't know which ones got the keys to our life and our death, to our soul. These is human beings, and we don't like that idea, especially our women right now. We don't like the idea that other black men have been given authority and power over your soul, over your body and soul. You think of some spiritual spooky angels or spooky God. No, it's a human being. It's human beings that are masters of the science of thought, mind, and soul that can yield, that can snatch up your soul. Human beings that can snatch up your soul out of your body without touching you physically. This is what we know in Islam as the night journey, or he it is Allah that takes men's souls at night while they sleep and at the time of their death. It's humans that do that. We don't believe that. You think it's a mystery ghost energy entity, whatever, unexplainable force or something. Wrong. It's human beings. Human beings. But we estimate not Allah with his due estimation. We think because he's a he, that he's weak and ignorant like us, that he's at the limits that we are because we're mentally dead. No, this is God. This is the real example of what the human being was created to be in the beginning. We estimate not the real human being, the God man, with his due estimation. So you saying that, so when you die, that's what I'm saying. Just like you and me have a natural blood circulatory system, there's also a soul circulatory system. Who controls that? The spook God? Souls are real. That's matter. Thoughts are real. That's matter that exists. It just exists on a scale that you not and I are not familiar with. But there's human beings that are masters of that curriculum. They're masters of our souls. Yep. But that's a whole nother can of worms I won't be going into because I don't know enough. But on that note, peace and blessings. Campaign trail. Pain is gain. Pain is growth. If you're paining, that means you're growing. That means you're being created and improved. You're progressing. Not saying disease pain, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that kind of pain. Even that kind of pain can provide that, but pain is not the enemy. God that you love created pain. God that you love created death. Death is not evil. Pain is not evil. We're just immature and cowards and ignorant to what it's all for. On that note, I love y'all. Hope y'all learn to love us. Peace.